welcome to my humble studio. My name is Barrage, and I'm a plein air painter. Today, what I'm going to share with you is how to create a Pochade box. A box basically that you can take with you to do some painting outdoors. It should be compact, it should be light, and it should be able to contain all or most of the tools that you need to do plein air painting. So let's get started. The best boxes for this purpose are cigar boxes, which you can find at a tobacco shop or a cigar shop, and usually they either throw them away or will sell them to you at a very reasonable price. Now there are two types of cigar boxes, and I want to show you both. This is the first type. It is usually a very light box made out of cardboard and wood and held together by paper. These will not really hold together for very long and will soon break apart or warp, and that's not useful for us. So these we will not use. The other type of box is the wooden cigar box. Now these are very useful, and as raw material they are the best. The reason for that is they're light, they're well made, they're hinged, and usually you may want to change the hinge just to make sure that you have a very strong one there. But they come very well prepared, and all you have to do is put the right hardware on these and you're off and ready to go. Now, what do I mean by hardware? Let me share with you my first box, the first box that I ever made, and show you all the details that you will need to know to be able to build a very useful box for yourself. There are several pieces of hardware that you need, and we're going to discuss them all. The first thing that I did with this box is I reinforced the hinges. I put new hinges in here that are stronger than the original hinges that came with the box. The second thing that I did is I made a hole in the middle here and put this this mechanism in there. I think it's called a T-ring. And once you have that T-ring, essentially what you can do, thread your a tripod in here, and this box can sit on the tripod very nicely. And if you notice, the back is going to be very flimsy unless you can hold it in place with some mechanism. Now the way that I created this piece of metal that holds the whole mechanism together and helps it stabilize the lid is very simple. I got an L-shaped metal piece that you can find at any hardware store, bent it to flatten it a bit, and then hammered it until it became a flat piece like this one. Once I had that flat piece, I essentially screwed it in place on the box, and one of the holes protruding outside of the box. And then I got this mechanism, a box lid holder that you can buy from a hardware store. And again, drilled a hole up here so that I could connect it, and tied it up with knots down here. And essentially what happens now is I can tighten this screw and tighten this screw in place, and that lid is in place. It's not going anywhere. I use this box both for watercolors today, and I can put my watercolor pad inside the lid, and then I can put my watercolor palette here. This is my water holder, and it has a magnet on it which sits on the palette very easily. I take my water with me. If I need more, I can always get some, and I'm ready to go. This box can easily change from a watercolor box to an oil or acrylic box. It's a box that holds a mezzanine board up to a size of 8 by 10 very nicely and snugly in place in here. I can then get my fiberglass palette, which sits very nicely again inside here, and I'm ready to go. I was lucky to find this box because the size of it is really nice. It fits, as I said, an 8x10 panel. It fits a nice size sketchbook, and anything smaller than this fits as well. If I'm in a rush or I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to go with a smaller box that does not need me to carry too much with it. And this is a box that I just created very recently. The same mechanism in place here, as you can see. It holds it tightly in place. This will not have a hole for a tripod, because this is going to be handheld, or it's going to be in my lap, and I'm going to be able to paint smaller pieces, or I'm going to be able to take a sketchbook and put it in place up here, take my smaller watercolor palette, open it up, and paint away. Now, when it comes to backpacking it and going outdoors, I have a different box that I use. This box here that I created from scratch, and the only difference between it and the other boxes is that it has sort of an easel mechanism that goes up and down, and I can put an 8x10 panel, or I can put larger panels as well. And paint away at any size that I want. But as you can see, this is a box that can hold a lot more to it. The other thing that is nice about this box is that it has a holder back here where I can actually put up to 3 paintings. So very versatile. Again, it has the same mechanism back here, a bit different in the sense that this is an L-shaped piece that I put in place, and but the same idea holds true here. 2 screws and it's held together. The mechanism in here that helps this easel top move, and these pieces as well move up and down, and makes it into a more versatile Pochade box than the other smaller ones. I've shared with you how I've done my Pochade boxes. If you would like more detail, please don't hesitate to email me.